Yo, what's up? It's your boy. And today we're going to talk about, as well as Wrestlemania 42 coming up this weekend, or if it hasn't happened already, whenever I upload this. The Avatar movie leaked. Oh my god, bro. I didn't watch it, but I have some things to say about that. Let's start with season 4, I believe. Season 4. So recently, I bought these. I didn't know they have these Invincible trading cards. Hold on, I'm gonna show you real quick. They're okay. Nothing crazy. Hold on. These are probably my best pulls. I don't think they're really worth it. But yeah, they're pretty okay in my opinion. Look at that battle beast. So yeah, season 4 is out. I've been enjoying it. And not like everybody else has been shitting on it lately. But I do think there are some valid criticisms. However, I think it's a little out of hand. A little out of hand, sorry. So let's talk about season 4 as a whole, because the first few episodes were pretty good. You know, Conquest coming back. Cecil being like, oh shit, I fucked up. Oliver having more of a role this time. Tech Jacket being a girl. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. A Tech Jacket is still Tech Jacket. As long as she's not acting like a Robert Downey Jr. clone, which is what I feared they would do, no matter who it was. You know, just super quirky. I mean, she is, but no matter what, it was going to be like a Robert Downey Jr. interpretation. You know, somebody wearing a tech suit and shooting guns or whatever. Blue Beetle. They always have to be a little quirky, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Alan the Alien is always solid no matter what. Thetis. I'm going straight into spoilers because, yo, Thetis got what he deserved, okay? He may have been a betrayer. Bro, he betrayed his whole race. Could you imagine betraying your whole race? Even though they're like, the Viltrumites were killers. This dude, in his own sense, was a killer himself. Like, in the betrayal kind of way. It was just as bad because he was willing to not only take out the Viltrumites with the Scourge virus, but also kind of seemingly insinuate that he might go after Mark and Oliver. Because Nolan's like, you know, they're part of Viltrumite too, and he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. He's like, Nolan, it's best you don't ask these questions. It's like, bro, his head needed to come off. Because you know who was on Fraud Watch? Thrag. Thrag was on Fraud Watch. You know, for all the non-comic readers. I know what people were saying. I know what people were saying. But I've read the comic all the way through. And I knew that this guy Thrag was a real problem. And I knew that when we got some stuff, him fighting, him throwing his fist back, and the wind pulling Nolan in, and then catching him on the uppercuts, sending him into the orbit with fire, like the speed of sound, breaking the sound barrier. This guy is nuts. It's the same feeling you get when Homelander season 1 appeared and he shot down that plane, which I will get to the boys eventually, but I have to finish Invincible first. I have to. So yeah, Thrag is no longer on Fraud Watch. For all the people watching at home, he is the real deal. He is the main bad, and he's crazy. And so this interpretation of him is pretty spot on. I know that they cut out a lot of dialogue, a lot of small things to fit everything they need to into the episodes, and I get that. It's a different medium, and so people are always complaining about something. It's always the animation, or it's the dialogue that they cut, and some scenes they change. Like, they took out, I think it was Krieg. He was attacking Thrag after he let Mark go. This is what happened in the very last episode. But in the comic, Craig goes after him. He's like, why did you do that? And he tries to fight him. And I forget what happens after that. But they cut that out. And I think in the episode, he just gets like a sad little puppy dog look. He's like, well, what do we do, Thrag? What do we do? So, yeah. I mean, look, it seems like everyone who hasn't read the comic is very much enjoying the season. I'm enjoying the season. But I'm watching the episodes, and I can tell, like, I'm watching it in two perspectives, right? I'm watching it as its own medium. I'm enjoying it because I like to hear the voices. I love Steven Yeun as Invincible. I love everyone else, honestly, putting A+ performances. But I can also see how some scenes, like Debbie going off on Nolan when he comes back, she's putting her A game in there, right? She's doing the voice acting, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 voice acting. But you can see the animation isn't really keeping up, and as I'm watching it, I'm thinking it's really good. But I can tell in the back of my mind, like, oh, people are gonna tear this apart because just she's barely moving, right? And the same thing with what happened with, I guess, the team up when there's that famous spread where everyone's just like standing together. It's like it's one of the most iconic panels, I think, in all of Invincible, where everyone's just ready to go to war, and we just get that panel of everyone lined up like the Straw Hats at Water 7. And they showed that in the latest episode, and it wasn't as epic. I mean, obviously, but as it flowed in the episode, it's pretty good. And so I kind of, I don't want to say this, but I kind of wish I didn't read the comic book, because all this stuff that we're comparing as it's happening in real time in the episodes, it's just kind of not a letdown, but it's like, I feel like if I watched the show all the way through without reading the comic, I would enjoy it so much more. Like, just cut out all the bullshit with, people comparing the panels, the one page panels that artists spend all day on drawing just one page and expecting it to be like this super detailed thing in the show. It's not going to happen because it's an hour-long show. Maybe it's a very tight schedule. I don't know what Robert Kirkman, what his schedule is. He's definitely rushing it a little bit. I'll admit that, because I don't get how the promos are way better animated than the actual show, because the shows are an hour long and then there's a lot of action that goes on, and so there has to be less detail on the screen just so they could add more movement. So, it's a hard thing to balance, and I get that, but it's also, I could tell they're rushing it a little bit. I mean, in terms of content, we're already halfway through the comics from what I heard. So there's still a lot more to go. And there's still a lot to complain about or whatever, but I think if you look at it solely as the show, as its own thing, as its own interpretation, because they are changing things, I think, you're going to enjoy it way more than people who complain every day, every week, about the animation, about the art, about this and that. I understand it looks way better in the comic, but this is something different. It's a different medium, and this is how it's going to work. And so, we can complain all we want. I've seen that comment where it's like, hopefully all these complaints will get to the creators and they'll actually step it up. And it's like, it's not going to work like that. I don't think they really care, because people are going to tune in no matter what. And I feel like I'm kind of part of the problem. But, if you want more, read the comic. It's really good. And just don't compare it. It's hard. It's hard for me to say that too, but yeah, because I'm kind of contradicting myself. But yeah, this has been a great season. The action, Thrag pulling up. These past couple episodes have been great. The only episode that I'm pretty sure no one liked was the Hell episode. There's a lot of problems that I have with that episode. Not like the obvious fillery type shit, but it just felt like they were preaching to me. Because I can understand a show is trying to build the lore, trying to build, hell as this version of hell as, this is, Satan's actually a good guy. Da, 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 da. I understand that they have to do that, but it just felt like I was being preached to a little bit, because they were going way too into it. They were getting a lot more dialogue out of that than they do the actual show. And it's just, it was whatever. And it was kind of boring. But everything else was okay. And bro, can we talk about that Conquest shit? Yo, Conquest on a quest said this in confidence. I'm so lonely, bro. Mr. Lonely himself showed up. And he was about that action, but little did he know. And this is a glimpse into the, not a spoiler, but a glimpse into the future, that Mark was kind of holding back in that first fight that he had against Conquest. And it makes you think, what is Mark doing? What is Mark thinking? I understand that Mark is having a dilemma where he's afraid to kill people, and And he thought that he killed Conquest, but he didn't. And so that's kind of like messing with his brain. And we kind of have to see it through a lens of, I don't know how much time has passed, but he was in high school. And he has to not only grow up so quick, but also like deal with the fact that he's fighting these worldwide calamities, like that lady who tried to steal all the power. And he just has to make these very hard decisions, all while, being 19 years old. I think he's still 19. And so a lot of that is like messing with his head. And so he really doesn't know what to do. And I can understand that. But at the same time, if a monster, if a fiend, if a man like Conquest is up in your face, he's trying to do the slam dunk on your boy Oliver. Yeah! You gotta step it up. You gotta understand that there's a lot at stake, and maybe Cecil was right. Cecil, I love Cecil. He's one of my favorite characters because he's very real. He's very understanding that Mark is very young. He's very moldable, very persuaded by the things that come around. It feels like he can be talked into anything, honestly. But I do really like Cecil. I just think that the dumbest thing he did in the entire show, honestly, was keeping Conquest alive. I mean, he already had all the alternative Marks being turned into animated men. I forget what they're called. So that should have been enough, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, that was his biggest thing, is just letting Conquest just chill out underground. And he took off with like no resistance, just butt ass naked. But yeah, let me know what you think about Invincible so far. I'm loving it. One episode left, and then I'm gonna watch The Boys. I'm gonna binge that shit because I've been seeing some gifs. I've been seeing some crazy images. I haven't read The Boys because I heard it was terrible in the comics, so I can't wait to see that. I also haven't seen the latest season of Gen V, and I kind of don't want to. I don't know. I feel like they should have just left The Boys as is, and then not have to do these spin-offs. As much as I would love a The Boys Mexico spin-off, I am Mexican. I just feel like they're just spreading themselves a little too thin. Maybe, honestly, they should have made The Boys like 3 seasons, and it would have been like one of the best shows ever. Because I feel like the last season was very set up and just fillery, and maybe even the season before that. But I can't wait for this last season because they finna go crazy on these last, I don't know how many episodes they have left. But yeah, that's my little rant on The Boys. The Boys! So, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Avatar movie, the entire movie, got leaked. And man, what a bummer. I saw clips because I woke up. Okay, so I woke up one morning, and then how Twitter, people they'll do like a meme image of like 4 different things of like the Pope holding something up, and then the something he's holding up is an entire movie. It's the Mario Galaxy movie or whatever. He was holding up the entire Avatar movie, which I forgot came out this year. And I thought it was fake. And then until you click around and it's like, oh my gosh, this is real. Not only is it real, but you can tell that it's not really finished. And the legitimacy is not really in question because I was watching it and the guy who's playing Zuko is Steven Yeun, aka Mark, aka Invincible. So I was like, there's no way this is real until I heard Zuko talk, and I was like, oh my god, bro. Oh my, this is the real thing. And so, look, I'm a diehard Avatar The Last Airbender fan, okay? I watched the premiere. I was there every single week, watching every single episode as a kid. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And so you run into this dilemma of whether or not you're going to watch this movie on Twitter, no, or you're going to wait until it comes out to theaters, but at the same time feel dumb because you know that it's already out. And so I was kind of struggling with that a little bit, that decision. But I think for me, as a true fan, I'm going to wait until it's in theaters. But there's just no way that I can avoid like spoilers because people are already posting edits. Hopefully they get taken down. But I love that show so much. I haven't seen the live action. Well, I haven't seen more than one episode, which that is coming back too, which, I mean, good for them. but not my thing. Not my thing. But I just really hope that everyone else can hold off until the movie comes out, and then we all watch it and we all enjoy it, because I feel like even though it looks kind of unfinished, undone, it really isn't the final product. They could have added a lot more. They could tweak a few things. I mean, it is animation, you go in there, you cut some things out with this, whatever, make something better. And so, yeah, but the stuff that I saw, bro, oh my God, man. It's really what Avatar should have been for the last fucking everything. Look, no disrespect to the live action, but this is what Avatar needed to be after Korra. And hopefully, because I think there's 3 movies planned. This is one, and then there's like the one with the twins or whatever. I just really hope that this does well. We need to go support it, because they made everyone just look really cool. And just having Steven Yeun as Play Zuko is a win for me. Seeing Sokka on the big screen is a Toph. Yo, they showed Toph and she was kicking people's asses, bro. She was badass. She's one of the best characters of that entire show. But yeah, I just, man, how unfortunate. And I did see one of the animators express his disappointment. I don't know who he is, but he's like, yeah, we worked on it all year, and then we were sad when, oh wait, it's not going to be in theaters. Oh my gosh. He was like, yeah, we're sad at because of one, it's not going to be in theaters because Paramount pulled it. But 2, everyone, just kind of squandered all of our hard work. And so, yeah, it's kind of sucks, but if I were you, I'd just wait until it comes out on streaming, Paramount, whatever. I might have to buy a freaking Paramount Plus fucking subscription, another fucking subscription. There's so many subscriptions. Yo, this is a side rant. I got my AMC, what is it, A-list. It's going up $2. I just got the email. And then Hulu went up fucking, I don't know how many dollars. But yeah, I had to cancel a couple of things to get that Avatar premium. Get that Avatar state going on. But yeah. Okay. Wrestlemania 42 is this weekend. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I have become a wrestling fan in the past half a year. Stephanie Vaquer, Eddie Guerrero, my favorites. But a lot of, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of media this week has been on WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes was on the Your Mama's House podcast. I might check that out later. The Tom Segura and his wife podcast. Liv Morgan is all over. I swear she's been everywhere. I've seen her all week. I've seen her more than I've seen her on Raw. Stephanie Vaquer. Everybody's there. The only thing that I'm really disappointed about is that there's really not going to be Asuka versus Io Sky. Now, those are 2 of my favorite wrestlers as well. And the fact that they were doing this promo online where it was like Io Sky calling out Asuka about mistreating Kyrie. And then a few days later, she takes down the video because most likely it's not going to happen at WrestleMania. And they're saying it might happen at Backlash. I don't know what happened. Something about Nikki Bella got injured, didn't get cleared in time. I just hope they show up at all because I would love to see that match. That would be awesome. I don't care if it's just the highlights. I need to see that match. And I need one of them to like turn heel or fucking babyface, whatever the term is. But I would really love to see that match. And then because the one that I want to see the most is Stephanie versus Liv Morgan. And I've come to have like a better appreciation of Liv Morgan because she's been doing all this media. And, I've kind of I'm knowing a little more about her as a person. She wants to be in real estate after WWE. She has this farm and she takes care of her family and she's flying her family. Okay, this might be a spoiler. She's flying her sick mother or her mother who has health issues to watch her wrestle at WrestleMania, which might entail that they're preparing for her to win. Now that hurts because I love Stephanie. She's my favorite. But I can see why they would give it to Liv. I don't know if she's won before, but it's looking like they're going to give it to her. They're looking like they're going to give it to her. And you know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I really wish I could have seen Asuka and Io Sky. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Another person that might be there is Mr. Dan Housing. Very nice, very evil. Also a big fan of that guy. He's very funny. He just wrestled the other day against, who was it? Kit Wilson. Yo, he did some crazy moves in there, a suplex, and then he cursed him with the pyro. If he's there for like 5 seconds, I'm cool. I'm cool. But bro, imagine having your debut and then you're at WrestleMania a couple months after you get booed from your debut. Yo, the switch up is real. It's like the Thrag switch up. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you on the next whatever I do.